You know, before I started business, too, I used to believe that it's money that you need to start business. But I came to discover that it's not all money. You don't need money at first. You have to have the right mindset and know what you want to do. Because when you start with what you have, you will get the support you need. Nigerian Young Professional Forum have given us grants to this farm. They gave us about 1 million naira for our production. Young business leaders of Nigeria also contributed. Currently, the federal government too, through Naira Microfinance Bank, they also contributed. My name is Kufre Agustin, the Managing Director of 12 Fruit Farms Limited, Calabar, Cross River State.
Can you give us a background story on how you started your farm?
This farm started about 2014. I started this farm with little or no capital. I started the farm with 20 birds, and today the farm is about 5,000 capacity.
How long have you been in this business?
Okay, this is my 7 years in business.
If I may ask, what are the challenges that you face in this business?
The challenges are enormous, but what makes us entrepreneurs is ability to overcome the challenges. One of the challenges is disease outbreaks. Sometimes it's airborne that comes from somewhere, and also the financial challenges that is everywhere. That one happens to all. So one of the things that we face also is sometimes bad species of birds. Now we have sorted ourselves out. We now buy directly from the hatchery.
Why did you decide to go into agricultural farming?
It's a passion. You know, when I attended South Entrepreneurship Development Center, I was about 2018. And there I was opened up to several opportunities that need to be tapped in. And farming being what I love, because even when I was growing up, I wouldn't stop to do farming. So in the process, I discovered that we need to produce more chicken in Calabar, because I discovered that most of in fact, 80% of the chicken products consumed in Calabar comes from Agro State. So that was why I decided to venture into this business. And so far, so good. We are doing good.
Can you please at least take us around your farm and tell us how your farm is structured and the sections in your farm, sir?
I will start with this. This was my first farm. Let me put it that way. This is where I started from. My 20 birds, I grew them from here. Before, we have different sections of the farm. Like this one is our layers. This is our layers farm. Though we cannot enter the farm for biosecurity reason, but I can let you see the birds. Like these ones, they are still young, so that's why we still cover them. They're still growing up, and they're about 2 weeks old. This is one of the farms here, because we have different farms. This is our store where we keep some things that we are not using, the drinkers and other items, and the changing room where our staff change before they would start to work. So this was our first farm building here. We started off from here before we put up any other structure in the farm. We still have birds here, if you can see them. So these ones are about 5 weeks. Still have another one here. This one we have prepared it on for the new birds that will come, because we stock birds every 3 weeks. This is another of our farm. We have birds here also, because the reason we do like this, we don't want to lack birds for sale. It's a water tank.
This is mobile pond, right?
Yes, we do a little of fish.
Is there fish in there?
Yes, we have fish. We have the ones that are still growing. We don't do much of fish for now. Maybe when we move to a bigger space.
If I may ask you, you said you started with 12 birds, right?
20 birds.
Okay, 20 birds.
Yes.
What are the factors that have been contributing to the growth of your farm?
First, passion, and you need to work hard, because when you love doing something, you go extra mile. In the process of attending Entrepreneurship Development Center, we were open up to some ways that we can raise funds and the way we can do business. So that really helped a lot. We have been blessed, because some organizations have contributed to our success.
How many birds do you currently have in your farm right now?
Our layers is about 500 currently. Then the broilers that we have now, they're about 2,500. So we don't fully stock the farm per time. Like I said, we put beds every 3 weeks.
Which species did you started your farm with? Is it the broiler?
Yes, it was broilers.
If you are to advise that one person watching this video right now, because you started with only 20 beds and growing your farm up to 3,000 beds within the space of 7 years. If you are to advise that one person watching this video right now about agricultural farming in Africa, what will your message be to that person?
First, their passion have to be there, because I am advocate of entrepreneurship, especially in the space of agro. I will tell you, if you have the passion. You know, before I started business, I used to believe that it's money that you need to start business. But I came to discover that it's not all money. You don't need money at first. You have to have the right mindset and know what you want to do. Because when you start with what you have, you will get the support you need. Nigerian Young Professional Forum have given us grant to this farm. They gave us about 1 million naira for our production. Young business leaders of Nigeria also contributed. Currently, the federal government too, through Naira Microfinance Bank, they also contributed. So what makes these organizations and institutions to support us is because they make us doing what we love. So if you would want to start, I will say there is a lot of space for you, for anybody to venture into. Agriculture is the way to go.
So many people have been complaining about not getting any support from the government, not getting any support from the Nigerian Microfinance Bank and all sorts supporting agriculture in the country. What do you have to tell those that have not received any support from such organizations in the country?
Well, I would say that you should be patient and follow the due process. Because when I started my own, and when we finished EDC, I started the business. I did not wait for any support. Like I said, I started with 20 beds. I have to work for somebody. And the only thing I said to the woman, I said to her, I don't want you to pay me. This is what I want. I want to learn. Then when I finish, I want to start. So in the process of working with her, she gave me the 20 beds and was supporting me with the feed. That's why I said you can actually start even without money. She gave me those things. Whenever she gives her beds vaccine, she will remain some for me to go and administer to my own. I did the same. So the government support is real. When I apply, I didn't have anybody. I didn't know anybody. Just that you need to do what they said you should do and be patient about it. Because the day they called me, they sent a message of invitation. I least expected. So, but when I went, everything was okay. Do the right thing. Follow the due process. Like other organizations, it's not that once you apply, they will invite you or they will give it to you. You need to try and keep on trying. Try and try until you get what you want.
Can someone run a farm as a part-time business?
Yes, personally, this is not the only thing I do. I also run an ICT business where we train people on ICT and also how to do business. The same thing that I was taught. I am helping people right now. We do business plan, help people to source for funding like Tenelumelu and the others. We help people to do that and we have been able to succeed in that aspect as well. So you can do it as a part-time. After all, what do you do? Like the farm like this. If not that we book this appointment, I wouldn't be here. When we finish in the morning, I go to my other business. So anybody that wants to do this, you can do it. Because you are not sleeping with the beds. You are not staying with them. You need to take care of them in the morning. You have staffs around. You have a vet, any emergency, they will come in. So you can run it as a part-time if you wish.
In essence, you are saying that we should produce what we eat, right?
Yes.
And most importantly, that we should eat what we produce.
Very, very well.
Thank you for talking to us, sir.
You're welcome.